Mark's 20 years old, and he's got everything kind of laid out ahead of him. He mentions that he's kicking around a bit. He's been out of high school for 3 years now, and that he hasn't really been working much, but he's thinking about going to college. I mean, everything's accessible to him. But he's also set up in such a way that he could make the wrong decisions as well. It's interesting bringing a lot of interpretation to this kid that I'm playing, because, I mean, half of what he says is yeah and okay, and he's just kind of there as someone to bounce ideas off of. A lot of the interpretation sort of lies outside of the text, which is very interesting to me. It's a different approach to a character, I think. Intimacy is a weird theme that's brought up in this, because it's so much of what we do as people. I mean, we just have such different ideas of intimacy, and specifically, I think with the John character and Mark, they do find a kind of intimacy, but it's that sort of male friendship kind of intimacy, which is always an odd sort of thing to negotiate. It's that sort of joking, but then, you know, really earnestly asking for advice and needing help, and you know, reaching out to one another, but in that sort of macho, you know, push and pull kind of way that we do. So there is an intimacy in that, and you know, we had a run yesterday that, and Martha came up, and she's just got a great eye for smaller kind of moments, and she brought up this one image of, there's just a simple handshake at the end, you know, and where Mark wishes him a happy Christmas, you know, and how, like, that's really all it takes sometimes, you know, and that's sort of what that spirit is about, and that's sort of just reaching out and just, you know, acknowledging, look, you're in pain, I see that, you're having a problem, you're hurting, I recognize that, you know, this is me just telling you it's gonna be all right, and I'm your friend, and it's a simple handshake, but it really sort of speaks a lot, you know, and in this play, in this world, in this tone that we've set, and that Mr. McPherson writes, it's these simple acts that mean the world to a lot of people. So that's what we're trying to focus on, I think.